Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Cybl stock video. What did I tell you guys to wait? Give it another week. Let it bleed. Let it come down. Let it step back down to 006s. Let it come down. We should fall a little more. We should see low 006s. I'd be surprised if we don't, especially with the crossover about to happen here. If this is successful here, this crossover does happen, we should see 005s, high 005s, low 006s. That is what I'm waiting for. I'm going to sit back this entire weekend, then we'll see where it's at on Friday. If it's looking like a buy on Friday, then I'll buy my 10K position, and then I'll hold. And then sit on it. That's like, I like to just sit on big bottoms. That's it. Wait, does that make sense? I like to slap that big ask. this sounds weird for me to say, but yeah, I love to slap big asks, love to slap big bottoms and love to sit on them. Just sit on those positions, okay? Jokes aside, though, I will be looking to buy if it comes down to low 006s, high 005s. That is the absolute big bottom down there. And we'll just sit on that position for the next pump. But there's a lot of other things I want to talk about. Going into 2025, now that Cybl has risen from the dead, now that it's back on the menu, so to speak, Cybl has a strong investor base, which is very important for the stock, because longs are what's needed to keep the share price from tanking. We cannot have this behaving like eyeless and just dumping lower and lower back to 002s, 3s. We cannot have that happening. So it's going to be very important for this to hold 6s and 5s. If I see it hold, I'm buying. So, shout out to the longs, because they're the ones that are going to keep it down there. They're going to keep it sitting at 006s, hopefully. And then the next pump comes in, we take profit, rinse and repeat. So right now I'm just currently waiting for the barcoding price action that I love, because that indicates that we're just going to sit there. We're just going to go sideways, accumulate it, dump it when it pumps again. So the current PR strategy, unlike iList, the current PR strategy for Cybl is, it's better than iList. It communicates on a consistent basis, and it's not a fluffy type of PR. The communication is to the point. They're not all fluffy like iList. iList can kind of be fluffy and rinse and repeat. Cybl, they come out with PRs. They get to the point. We know what's happening. We know what's coming. We're not in the dark. So very important to know that going into 2025, because I think Cybl is probably going to be number one dog right here. It's going to be the number one dog, number one stock among Cybl, AITX, and iList. I like all of them, but I think Cybl rises to the top among the three. Again, no fluffy PRs, none of that garbage. No reverse split to worry about until 2026. So all 2025, we don't have to worry about reverse splits. Very little dilution. It doesn't dilute heavily like AITX to stay afloat. And the share structure is perfect where it's at. We don't have to worry about the stock not being able to move on huge volume. Like AITX takes like 500 million in volume to even get moving, which is insane. But thankfully, Cybl does not have that problem. Doesn't have that bloated of a share structure. So share structure, very good in my opinion compared to its compared to its the other stocks that I talk about here on this channel, the other pennies. Historically speaking, when you look at the share price, the only time it's ever broken down is because of the CE designation. So as long as we don't have another one of those, or some other catastrophe happens, we should be good in terms of holding a bottom. That's what I believe, at least. And historically speaking, it loves to have a 30 to 40% move, which if it trades within this range between 006s and 1 penny, I mean, it's quite the move, 30 to 40% on the dot. I don't know why that is, but it loves to move 30 to 40% as long as you're waiting to buy the bottom. And every year it likes to have one big run, so we already had our one big run, so maybe I'm assuming, based on the historical patterns of the chart, that we're going to have one big run again in 2025, followed by plenty of small little, stair steppers and pops, in my opinion. Some of you I know are like, wait, stair steppers, pops, big runs? What is this terminology? If you've been following long enough, you know what I'm talking about. And finally, with 7 billion authorized shares and 6 billion outstanding shares, again, they don't dilute, no reverse split to worry about. We have a share structure where we only need about 60 million in volume to get moving. Because if you look here, we had, what was that, 37 million. Yeah, very pitiful volume. I remember saying, guys, this is pretty pitiful volume. It's probably just going to bounce within a range, and that's exactly what happened. It stair-stepped up and then stair-stepped down. So surprise, surprise here, stair-stepped up, stair-stepped down. And when we were getting huge volume, I mean, we were getting, look here, 66 million, 28 million, where's the 62 million? Here, what was that? 100 and something, 166 million. So we really do need at least minimum 60 million in volume to get going. If you don't see 60 million in volume, then it's probably just going to stair step like it's been doing every single time now since the pumpers are gone. So that's just something to think about moving forward. Again, I'm good at analyzing the patterns and figuring out, okay, what could happen next year and how can we take advantage. That's at least what I think I bring to the table. But let me know what you think. Anyways, right now the current level is again 006s. Sell target at 008, so in the middle of the range, and then 1 penny is the second sell target. So it's up to you where you want to sell it. Sell half maybe at 008s and then the other half at 1 penny, or maybe sell half at 008s and then it explodes above a penny and then you take profit. Who knows? It's really depends on how you want to play it. I'm probably going to go half and half. Take half at 008s and then the other half at 1 penny. Unless it explodes above it, then I'll take half at whatever it decides to top out more than anything. And yeah, that's about it. I think my personal rating for Cybl stock going into 2025 and all of 2025 for that matter is slap that big ask. That's my personal rating. None of this buy, hold, or not. Screw that. That's traditional. That's legacy ratings. Let's talk about real ratings here, okay? My personal real rating, slap that big ask. I just made that up, by the way. But yeah, slap that big ask, okay? Slap that big bottom. That's my rating. I'll see you guys in the next one.